Hello everyone. Today we are covering one of the most powerful and exam-oriented techniques in molecular biology, PCR, polymerase chain reaction. Let me start with a question. If I give you just one molecule of DNA, can we convert into a million of copies within a few hours? It sounds impossible, but that's exactly what PCR does. And it does it inside a single test tube without using a living cells. Okay. So first, I will tell you what important points that I am going to cover in this video. By the end of the lesson, we will be known what is PCR, how it is different from gene cloning, the components required in the PCR, step-by-step mechanism, why temperature changes are crucial, and how exponential amplification works in polymerase chain reaction. So let's begin. For understanding PCR, let's compare it with gene cloning. Maybe you are familiar with the gene cloning. Like gene cloning involves living cells and it requires plasmids. Involves and it also involves transformation into bacteria for the cloning purpose, and it takes much longer time. But PCR happens entirely in a test tube, no living cells required, and it is a much faster. It uses a machine called thermal cycler, and you can see here. So remember, PCR is an in vitro technique. Means we can done PCR in lab condition. Means outside living cells. So PCR stands for polymerase chain reaction, and it is a laboratory technique used to amplify a specific segment of DNA. Amplify means to make many copies. So if you want to memorize for it exam, so you can write PCR is a technique used to produce many copies of a specific DNA fragment using repeated cycles of temperature changes. The keyword here is specific. So we can only make copies of specific segment. So PCR does not copy the whole genome. It only copies the region between two prime. And we can think practically why PCR is important. Where would we need million of copies of DNA? PCR is used in different disease diagnosis like detecting virus like COVID-19. It also using genetic disorder testing, forensic science means DNA fingerprinting, research laboratories, and mutation detections. For example, during COVID-19 pandemic, RT-PCR were used to detect viral RNA. So there are different types of PCR we will discuss in later videos. So PCR is not just theory, it saves lives. So there are different components of PCR. You can see here DNA sample, primer, nucleotides, tag polymerase, mixed buffer, and PCR tube. So it requires these components. First of all, DNA template. It is actually the original DNA containing the region we want to copy. So this is the template. And the next one is primer. It's actually short single-stranded DNA molecules. So they are complementary to target sequences and find a free TOH group. So it is a very important concept. DNA polymerase cannot start synthesis on its own. It needs a primer. So we use two types of primer, forward primers or reverse primers. And here the question arises, why we use two primers? Because the DNA is a double stranded and we want to amplify both strands. So here we use there is a DNTPs means nucleotides. These are the building blocks: cytosine, guanine, adenine, and thymine. These are the nucleotides. So the next one is Taq polymerase. It is actually an enzyme. This is a heat-stable DNA polymerase isolated from the bacterium Thermus. I will write here Thermus aquaticus. So this bacterium lives in a hot springs Normal DNA polymerase would denature at high temperature. So, but Taq polymerase survives repeated heating at 94 to 95 degrees Celsius. So, why is Taq polymerase used in PCR? It is a exam question also because you can write because it is heat stable and does not need denature at high temperature. So the next one is buffer solution. So it actually what is the role of buffer? It actually maintain pH and an ionic concentration. So then I will select the pen. Okay. Next one is thermal cycler. It is a machine and it precisely heats and cools and it runs programmed temperature cycles. These all temperatures cycles run in the PCR. So without it, PCR would be extremely difficult. And how PCR work? It is a step-by-step process. So PCR occurs in cycle. Any cycle has three main stages: denaturing, annealing, and extension. So let's go slowly and understand what really happens at molecular level. The step one is denaturing. So here the mixture is heated to about 94 to 95 degrees Celsius. At this temperature, hydrogen bonds between complementary base pair breaks. These are complementary base pair. Here, hydrogen bonds breaks. Double-stranded DNA becomes a single-stranded. This is called denaturation. Here you can see now it is a single-stranded. The hydrogen bonds breaks between them. Now both strands are separated and ready to act as a template. Here the important concept is only hydrogen bonds break. The phosphodiester bonds remain intact. So the next step is annealing. Now the mixture is cooled, and at this temperature, primer binds anneal or anneal to their complementary sequences on the template strands. You can see here, this is a primer. This is also a primer. Okay. Now here the question arises, why don't the original strands just rejoin? So because there is a large excess of primers in the mixture. So primers bind faster than the original strands and can re-anneal. So actually the annealing temperature depends on prime sequence. Too high, if the temperature is too high, primers won't bind. But if it's too low, no, it may also not. It can bind, but it is a non-specific binding. So this step determines the specificity of PCR. So the next and the last step is extension. Now the temperature increases about to 72 to 74 degrees Celsius. This is the optimum working temperature for Taq polymerase. So here what happens? Taq polymerase attaches to the three end of the each primer, adds complementary nucleotides and synthesizes the new strands. Okay. So after the first cycle, we started with one double-stranded DNA molecule. And after extension, we get two double-stranded DNA molecules. That completes one full cycle. Second cycle, then from here the second cycle will start. Then the newly formed double-stranded molecules denature. And it stands now serve as a template. So after second cycle, four double-stranded molecules will form, and after third cycle, eight molecules will be formed. So this continues, and after 30 cycles, over 1 billion copies will be formed. Mathematically, we can say that after n cycles, 2n copies will be formed. That's why it is called a chain reaction and very important. All final products are copies of the region defined between the two primers. PCR does not randomly copy DNA. It copy only the target DNA. So here I will revise the important high scoring points. The first one is PCR is a, I will write it as, write it here also. PCR is actually a in vitro technique. means it only occur in lab condition. It is in vitro technique. It uses temperature cycling. It has three stages. You can see here denaturing, annealing, and extension. So, and tag polymerase is a heat stable. So that's why we use it in here. So amplification is exponential. You can say yes, it is exponential. So produces millions of copies of a specific DNA region. If you understand these points conceptually, structures question become easy. So I will now summarize it, or I will my final thoughts of my PCR are PCR is the foundation of modern molecular biology, a technique that works in a simple test tube, has transformed medicine, biology, and forensic science. That is the power of understanding of molecular biology. Thank you very much.